Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge and welcome to Scriptorium, Master of Manuscripts, a game where we get to run our very own medieval scriptorium. So we get clients coming to us with requests to illustrate things like medieval books and manuscripts and parchments, things like that, and then when they've handed over whatever it is they'd like us to work on, we get to add things. We get to add pictures and characters and backgrounds and wording and all that kind of stuff. We have to make sure that we've met the client's demands because they might want things in a certain colour, or they might want certain types of lettering used or whatever, and then as we go along we get to unlock new clients and decorations, and then as we get paid we can buy items to grow our little workshop, and we kind of go from there. Now if the game does look a little bit familiar in terms of the art style, this is made by the same people who did the wonderful Inculinati, which we have played a few times on the channel, and that's a very good game. But yeah, it's got that same sort of lovely hand-drawn art style to it. It's a very, very pretty game. Also, I think it's worth pointing out that we are playing the playtest of the game today, so it's not the finished version, but if you fancy having a little go yourself, you can request to join the playtest. Links are in the video description. But anyway, here we go. Do you know what? Let's get on with it, shall we? Time to dive into Scriptorium and become the master of manuscripts. Okie doke, here we go, and already we've got people lining up for our services. I feel like we are going to be a very busy Scriptorium. A lot of people would like manuscript work doing apparently. So which client do we go and deal with first? Up in the corner here we have St. John, and St. John would like us to draw his hermit life full of trials and satanic temptations. I mean, that sounds quite exciting, doesn't it? There's a lot of potential in that piece that we could make, so that could be quite fun. Over here there's a retired knight who's saying, "Sharpen thy quill and draw a beast, a big beast." Again, that could be quite exciting. Now this down here is quite intriguing. So this is a courtly canine. This is a dog which appears to be talking to us. So hello there, talking dog. And the talking dog is saying, "Copy this image, woof." I mean, the woof bit checks out because it's a dog and that's what dogs say. They say woof. I've heard that happen, but they don't normally say copy this image. And also normally dogs do not come to a scriptorium and ask for some sort of manuscript work to be done. So this is quite surprising. Also, I don't know what image you'd like us to copy. Is it that image there, like a self-portrait, or is it something else? I'm not quite sure. So this is all very surprising. And then over here, the King's Poet is asking us to draw a dog in royal clothes. I think what we'll do is, if this is the King's Poet, I assume the king has requested this and the poet sort of come out on the king's behalf. So maybe we should do this one first. Let's not keep the king waiting. And also, if it is from the king, maybe we can get some good money for it, because I can see up here we have got, we've got 50 money, 50 coins. I don't know what the crown thing is. I don't know what that is, like reputation or prestige or something. I'm not quite sure, but I think, yeah, this might pay quite well if it's coming via the King's Poet. So yeah, let's go and do this. We shall draw a dog in royal clothes. Also, this might be quite a good little kind of introductory thing to work out how we do all the stuff with the manuscripts. So I think, yeah, we'll learn from this one, and then maybe we can apply that knowledge to these two here, which are going to be a little bit more sort of involved and exciting. So let's go and do this one first. King's Poet, we shall deal with you right now. The king has a dream, and we are going to make it come true. The dog's new clothes. Okay, so reward, 40 money, and 10 whatever they are, crown points. Additional reward, another 40 money, and an additional 10 crown points. But I don't know how we get the additional reward. Okay, let's dive in, shall we? So confirm that, and this already is very pretty. Look at that, that's very nice. I like all the little kind of, the artwork in the borders, that's very nice. Right, so confirm that. Yay, this is good. We've got a little heart coming out of the poet there. The king himself commissioned me to create a book of love poetry. Unfortunately, besides words, His Majesty also requested peculiar images. Start with the king's beloved dog, but it can't be naked. Okay, click somewhere to continue. Right, but a dog is never naked. It has fur. Oh, so that's us. So we're some sort of like art nun or something. Okay, brilliant. We're playing as an arty nun. Fantastic. Explain this to the king. His Majesty has requested that the dog look royal. He must wear clothes worthy of a king. A cloak, a crown, a scepter. As you can see, the king is busy with really important things. Okay. I get the feeling that you're not happy with the king, but okay. Right. So is it this? Have we got to do this? There appear to be 3 dogs on here. So do we need to sort of, I don't know, decorate each dog in fancy clothing? And over here, must have any drawables you want. Oh, I see. Right, is this how we get the money and stuff? So if we just include the must-haves, we get the basic level of pay, which was 40 money and 10 crowns. And then if we include the nice-to-haves, then we get the additional payment, like the bonus payment. Okay, I think that's what that is. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. And that's the reward. Okay. Right, what do we do here then? So we've got this slightly weird looking thing. I don't quite know what that is. It's a weird shape. I thought it was going to go on a book of poetry, but okay, they're going to stick that on the front, are they? Right. Okay, so this is creatures. So we've already got the dog on there, so we don't need a creature, I don't think. That is... that's creatures in various very exciting orange hats and things. Okay, that's fun. Then we've got... Oh, you can build a creature. Okay, so you can build them from sort of various component parts. Okay. Then there's more sort of obscure parts. Then we've got people. Then we've got people where... we can have Geek Cupboard corporate clothing people. Then we've got that. Okay, so body parts and things. Then we've got eyes. Here we go. Right. Clothing. This is important. Okay, so if we zoom in a bit... there we go. I was going to say, how do we sort of move it around? So, crowns. The crown was requested, wasn't it? So a crown scepter surrounded by servants with delicious treats. Okay, so if we say put a crown just there, okay, this is familiar, isn't it? Okay, so move those up. So do that. So is that okay? So that is one drawable. Okay, so yeah, we got to do each dog. I think we might need to do each dog. Okay, right. In fact, we'll put a crown on each dog, like you do. Make it a tiny bit bigger, and put that one there. Okay, so the dog has a crown. That is good. And then a cloak and a scepter. Okay, so a cloak. Is that going to be here? There's good hats, but we don't need hats. We need cloaks. Is that a cloak? That's not really a cloak, is it? That looks like... That's not very regal. It's not very royal. It looks like a sack. I don't want that. That's no good. Maybe it's further down here. Cloaks? Okay. Oh, that's all like armour pieces by the look of it. Then we've got... there's so many things. We've got structures. We've got items like treasure chests. Oh, hang on. Right, yes. We do need to add some of these things because, yeah, they want the servants with food or whatever it was. Surrounded by servants with delicious treats. Okay, so we need to include at least 3 things from here, which is fine. We can do that. Where are, like, scepters and things? Are they in here? They're musical instruments. Where's, like, where's, like, a scepter? I don't know where that would be. Not there, not there. It's not here. They're not scepters. These are all sort of... Are these all head... No, that's gloves. Where do we find a thing? Where do we find a cloak? This is a good question. I don't know where a cloak is. They're wearing cloaks. But they've got people in them, which of course is no good at all. We don't want that. So whereabouts are just regular cloaks? Or is that... No, that's not a cloak. That isn't a cloak. That's not a cloak either. I don't know where the cloaks are. I'm not quite sure how we cloak you. And this is, yeah, like a colour changing thing. I mean, what's that? Oh, is that a cloak? Oh, that might be a cloak. Okay, do you know what? We shall keep it that... Oh, can we change the colour? Yes, we can, but we'll keep it that colour. Because that's sort of a nice shade of Geek Cupboard Corporate Blue, and that's okay. Right, and if we put that cloak on you... I think it's a cloak. I'm fairly sure it's a cloak. It looks cloaky to me. There we go. And then put another one sort of down here. Like that. Can we send that to the back? Can it go behind the... Yes. Okay. Right, and then make it a tiny bit bigger, and then sort of rotate it a bit like that. So it's sort of, yeah, it's sort of going behind the dog. Okay, so cloak potentially done. scepters. How do we acquire a scepter? I would expect it to be kind of in here. That's a shield. That's a staff. Does a staff count as a scepter? I don't know. I don't know if it does. And then we've got these things. Is that a scepter? That looks like a golf club. Okay, fine. So we can add golf sticks if we would like to. Scepters. No, they're like pattern things. It's got to be that other thing that we found. Wherever it was, in here. I mean, that's a sword. Is that a scepter? I don't know. We're going to pretend it is. There we go. Yay for a scepter. And then the dog can be... Hang on a minute. It can be like that with that scepter. But can we bring it to the back a little bit, please? Like that. Yes, quite like that. That looks good. And then this one here, it can be holding it at a sort of at a jaunty angle. Make it a bit bigger. Kind of like that. There we go. That'll do for a scepter. I'm going to pretend that's a scepter because I'm not quite sure where the scepters actually are. I don't know where they are. Okay, so they've got cloaks on. They've got scepters. And now they need to be surrounded, by servants with delicious treats. So we're going to need people. Okay, so, I mean, servants. I assume we can have, like people servants. Can we have people? Oh, there's people here. Hang on a minute. Okay, there's a there's a nudie man with, I'm not going to go into detail, but obvious things missing. Are you a nudie lady? And you're a nudie lady. Oh my goodness me. Why have you not got any clothes on? Oh my word. Cover your eyes. Right. So how do we get... they're like drawing people, are they? They're like sort of drawing people. So they've got like sort of... They're us, are they? Are they the sort of people doing script work? So I don't think we want you guys. So I think we want... just serve. Okay, how about we have a cat? Not a cat. A monkey by the look of it. A monkey. We'll have a monkey over here. And because we can make this look weird, because it's a weird thing anyway, we'll just tilt that round like that. And that's a servant, everybody. Okay, are we good with this? Yay for the servant. And then we'll have another one, which can be a cat, because the cat won't like serving the dogs. Can we? Yes, we can. We can flip that. Okay, so we'll put a cat just there. And then I feel like we need another one just here. How about... I'm just going to put a bee in because we can. And then over here, let's have a donkey. We shall have a donkey servant because why not? Okay, so we've got servants and now we need food. Okay, hang on. Go back to the thing just here. So we've got plenty of drawables and we've got... there you go. We needed 6 for the basic and 10 for the additional bonus. So we've covered that off. So now we need the sort of 3 food items. So let's go and find those. Right, there we go. There's the food. So I think what we do is let's put some food in the hands of our sort of servant animals here. So you, donkey, you can have a plate like that, which will make a tiny bit bigger. So you're sort of holding a plate and then in that there can be a chicken. There we go. And if we bring that back, it looks like it's in the thing, look. It looks like it's in that sort of bowl or on that plate or whatever. You, cat, you can have drinks. Okay, so there we go. So you've got drinks. This is good. Did the dog's faces just change? Did they always look like that? Or are they happy because they've now got food, possibly? I don't know. And it says over here, maybe we should add a favourite dog treat. After all, he's a rich dog. Okay. But, hang on, it says down here, awesome, maybe add some more bones and more servants. Okay, bones. We're going to need bones. Whereabouts are they? Do we need to start somewhere down here? Oh yeah, here's all the lettering, look. You can put the lettering in. Is that the background? Is that like the background? Oh, yes. We can change the background. I think let's not do that for now. We'll do that on another thing. Okay, there's some nice animals. There's some like patterns and things. Bones. Whereabouts are bones? Got some gardeny bits and bobs. Also, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything at all. How about you? You can hold a gigantic cheese wheel. There you go. You're holding a huge amount of cheese. More bones. Right. Where's that then? Where are they? Not in there. Not in there by the look of it. Not there. Not there. Bones? Can anybody see it? Ah, here. Here. Bones. There's just a bone. Oh, there you go. Right. Sorted. So they're happy with that. So the bone has gone in. Oh, it's like half of it. Right. I hadn't appreciated that. It's half of this. That's why it's a weird shape. So it's half of a page of a heart-shaped book because it's like a little sort of romantic poetry thing, whatever it was. But okay. Okay. Maybe add some more bones and more servants. Okay. I don't really want to add more servants. Do we need to add more servants? I'm going to put... there's a headless monk there. What if we just put you in? Do you count as a servant? I don't think you do. What about... what about you? Can we put you in? It says down here still add more servants. I don't know if these guys count as servants. I don't know. But you can be holding a bone. Yay. Okay, we'll have a big one like that, look. Like that. Tilt it round a little bit. Okay. That's okay, isn't it? For a first attempt, I think that's all. We've met all the requirements over here. So hopefully this is going to be good. So I think, oh, look how happy he is. I wonder what his name is. Maybe Rex. Yeah, I think it did change. And yes, if you did play in Culinati, then these will all look very, very familiar. All of these sort of characters, the donkey and the dogs and the cats and everything else, they were all sort of fighting. They were in sort of living manuscripts in Culinati, which is a really good game. Culinati is hard to say, but also it's a very good game. And they sort of come to life and they fight each other and they kind of move about the pages and stuff. It is like a sort of a living living manuscript. It's very good. But yeah, they all look like this. So yeah, this will look quite familiar, I would say. I think we're done. I think we're okay. I am happy to complete that. Finished! Okay, we've got lots of exciting things. Oh, mummy, miracle of miracles, says this. Who are you? Are you the king? It looks better than the king himself. Don't say that. Be sure to save this masterpiece. Okay, I'm going to press save. Okay. And it saves, it saves a screenshot of it. Okay, right. So yeah, we've got a screenshot of that in a folder on our computer. Okay, lovely. Right, that's done. So, do we get paid for this? Yes, 80 money and 20 whatever those things are. A queen would not bother about such nonsense. Yeah, but the queen isn't in charge at the moment. So, the king wanted some nonsense. And I like that. Well done. I appreciate some good nonsense. Right, so... we can do one manuscript thing per day by the look of it. So, end the day. Oh, okay. Right. I don't know what's happening. This has exploded to pieces and now it's come back again. I don't know what's happening. Are we supposed to do something with this? Or is it just showing us how that particular character is made up out of many separate components? Crikey, that's complicated, isn't it? Yeah, look, the legs are different. The reins, back legs. Oh, there's a scepter thing. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, right. Let's proceed, because I don't know what's happening just there. Right. Oh, we've got different people now. So, okay, right, hang on. You're still here. The retired knight is still here. I'm a bit disappointed that the sort of priest guy has gone, because he wanted stuff about sort of satanic temptations, which would look quite fun. Okay, Lovelorn Fox Renard and Grandfather Mouse. Okay, right, animals talk in this world, and that's entirely acceptable. Okie dokie. So the fox is saying, help me awaken the love in a certain she-wolf. And Grandfather Mouse is saying, pee 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 pee, happy pee pee, remove hate, pee 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 pee. What? I'd like to do this. I'd like to draw a big beast. let's do that, shall we? To the parchment, march! Okay, ooh, the additional reward is more than the basic reward. So we want to make sure that we get that done. Okay, confirm that. Little heart comes out of him, which is lovely. Hello, dear child. My friends from the army and I were reminiscing about our old expeditions, and we came up with an idea to create the first great bestiary. Johnny still sees and writes quite well, but we have no one who can paint. Would you illustrate our... I think it's bestiary, isn't it? Would you illustrate it? Absolutely. It would be an honour. I would love to draw some exotic animals, although I've never seen one. Okay, can we just make something up? No problem, we've gathered our knowledge and have a detailed description. Let's start with a great African beast. Okay, right, so what does it look like? That's a very pertinent question. It has legs like oaks, a nose like a branch, 2 large teeth and 2 fans instead of ears. And it's so big that people build towers on its back. Try your best, all the animals you paint for us will end upon 1 parchment. Okay, so we've got to fit it into here, and then we're going to put the animals all onto 1 parchment. So you're going to be a recurring thing. Right, must have, fill the area in the frame, and add drawables from that category. Oh, like buildings. Okay, and then nice to have, 10 drawables, that's fine, and 2 things from that category, which is plants and things. Okay, I mean, let's put that in. Let's just put that just there. So that's okay. So we've got 1 of those in. And then let's have... Okay, that's quite big. That's quite big. Okay, hang on. Let's shrinkify that marginally. Okay, right. So pop that in like that. Move that all the way to the back. Okay, and you go to the back as well. Okay, so that's a tree. And whatever that thing is, down and done. Okay, that's fine. So we've not quite met that goal anymore because we made that smaller, but that's fine. 2 from that category. So this is like a thing, but it did say, if we go to here, it's so big that people build towers on its back. So legs like oaks. Okay. So hang on, it's a beast, isn't it? So, okay. Big, beastie legs. So how about we go for this and this, but we of course make it bigger because they're quite small. So if we go for gigantic legs like this, so there you go, look, legs like oaks. So 2 gigantic legs, a nose like a branch, 2 large teeth and 2 fans instead of ears. So if we put that in as its head, we're just going to create some sort of monstrous beastie type thing. So do that. So, yeah, and then we want 2 fans instead of ears. Fans. Are they items in here somewhere? Is there a fan? Have we got like a little sort of fan type thing? I do not know. Let me go and have a look through. There must be one. There must be one. Oh, here, look. Yeah, they look like fans. Oh, yes. Okay, that's very dramatic. Okay, can we make this beastie Geek Cupboard corporate coloured, please? Yeah, a bit like that. So shrink that down. So like that. And then we want another one of those. Again in the blue, thank you. Flip that way. Shrink it a bit. Okay, make it a tiny bit bigger. Then move it. There we go. Like that. So it's like on the other side of its head. Okay, so we've got the ears. 2 large teeth. Okay. So we need teeth here. Is that a tooth? That looks like their eyes. That's an eyebrow. That is sort of body parts. These are animal body parts. Yeah, we need a body for this creature. It needs a body of some kind. Maybe it could be... Hang on, if we rotate it round... we're going to make some weird looking thing here. But okay, so if we put that like that, and then drop that behind the head. Yes, there we go. That sort of drops onto there. Move the legs to the back. Okay. This is a weird looking thing, but you wanted weird looking. That's what you're getting. There we go. So we've got legs like oaks, big chunky legs. We've got fans instead of ears. We haven't got a nose like a branch, and we haven't got the teeth. So where are teeth? don't know where the teeth are. A nose like a branch. No, that's an arm. That's not going to fly. He's not going to go for that. Well, you know what? Let's pop a tail onto it. Can I have a tail? That's fine. Just for an extra bit of weirdness. What's that? Could that be a nose like a branch? Yes. Okay. I mean, okay, hang on a minute. Hang on. He's talking about an elephant. I've just realised he's talking about an elephant. Great African beast. You can build towers on its back. You can go on the back of an elephant. Legs like oaks. Yeah, they have massive legs. A nose like a branch. I mean, sort of. 2 large teeth, tusks, and 2 fans instead of ears, because the elephants do have huge ears. But of course, they're going to embellish it a little bit, aren't they? So have we got... Like, hang on. I want to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's have that. Oh yeah, that looks a bit more like it, doesn't it? Yes, rotate that round. Tiny bit smaller, but I feel like these are not the right legs. Are they those legs? Oh, they are those legs. Okay, we might not have elephant legs. But again, they're sort of recounting this to other people. So yeah, it's not going to be an exact replica of an elephant, I don't think. And we have put a tail on it, just for fun, just because we can. So okay. We'll do that for its face, because I don't think we have an elephant's face, weirdly enough. No. Okay, so that can sort of twizzle around like that, maybe. So that can be on it. This is a very weird looking thing. And then we need 2 tusks. But where are tusks in this? I don't know where they are. Where's a tusk? Have we got something that looks like a big tooth? Hang on, how are we doing with all this stuff? Yeah, we've filled the area in the frame. We've got 10 things, we've got those. Oh yeah, we need 2 drawers from that category. I might put something on its back, because he did say people build on its back. But, yeah, tusks. That's not really a tooth, is it, as such? I don't know how we're going to get that. Is it in here? No, that's more like monsters and demons and things. That looks like sort of scary stuff. This is just a big tooth. Oh yeah, it might be that. Possibly. I'm not entirely convinced, but I'm going to go for that. Because I can't see them anywhere else. I don't know what that is either. This is... Yeah, well, let's just go for that. We'll go for that and just hope that's enough. Okay, right. Flip that way. That can go in like that. And then put another one in. Flip it. I mean, that... Oh, hang on. No, flip it that way. And then put it there. And it can go back behind everything. Okay. What have we created? This is a medieval person's interpretation of an elephant. That's what we've done here. And it needs eyes. So let's give it 2 eyes. There we go. I like that. And we'll flip that. No, not the head. The eye. I want to flip the eye round. There we go. Splendid. What have we created? What is this? Okay. And now we need stuff from here. So yeah, it said you can build on its back. So if we put that in on its back, look, like you said, he was like, oh yes, people can build on its back. If we move that down, look, oh no, hang on, bring it forward above the grass thing, and then put a little roof on it. There we go. It looks so real. Does it? Oh, there's a little dude. Hey there, little naked dude. Well, no, okay, you've got shoes on. And you've got like a telescopy sort of looking glass type thing. Okay, that's fun. Right, yeah, put that on the top. And it's like he's got a tower on his back, which is what you said. Okay, I mean, you're saying it looks so real. So I'm going to take it that you're happy with this. I don't know why you would be, but okay. Yeah, it looks so real. Doesn't it just? Doesn't it just? Yeah, okay, do you know what? Complete. Finished. Okay, we've made an amazing thing here today. Wow, great. Cool indeed, says like a bishop cat. Wow, look at this. This image pierces the heart. Okay, right, I'll give it a quick save. There we go. And then on to the next. I'm filled with admiration. Only a knight can stand face to face with such a beast. I mean, yeah, I'd run away from that quite quickly. And we got all the stuff from it. Yay, that's all very good. Okay. So now, right, we're having a dream about a tower that's dismantling itself and then putting itself back together. Okay, that's a bit weird, but okay, proceed with that one. Okay. Right, what do we do with all of this stuff? What do we do with all of these bits and bobs? We've got a big pile of money, and we've got 40 crowns, but I don't know what to do with that kind of stuff. So, yeah, have we got other things to click on? Can we go to our studio or our workshop or whatever? No, I don't think we can get to our Scriptorium to, you know, buy new things and have a look around and all that kind of stuff. I just don't see how we can do it from this screen. That takes us to an in-game menu, and clicking on the money and the crown thing there doesn't do anything. So maybe that's not in this version of the game right now. Maybe we're just at the minute doing all the kind of manuscript designing stuff, and then at some later point in the game's development, we can go to our Scriptorium and have a look around there. So let's do another request, shall we? Let's go and do another one of these. So we've done some work for the King's Poet, and we've done some work for you, our retired knight friend. So possibly let's leave you two and let's go and do one of these. I'm very intrigued with PPPPPP, happy PP, remove hate, PPP. So I'm going to go for that because I don't know what that means, and it's fascinating. Okay, PP, it says Grandfather Mouse. Okay, so we could get 100 money out of it and 20 crowns if we do it properly. Okay, Mouse Fairy Tale, it says. Okay, we're going to go for this. I don't know what's going on with this. PPPP, make PP, friendship, PPP. Okay, right, we've got a little book. There's a little book here. Okay. What do we need to do? PPP. Sorry, I don't speak mouse very well. You want a happy book for your grandchildren. Oh, I see. Yes. PPPP, cheerful, happy, PE, love. PPPPP, arguing wrong, PP, change to PPPPP, friendship. Don't PPPP weapons. Okay, no weapons. Okay, I think I've got you. Free translation from mouse to human. Okay, good job. I'm glad we've got a sort of mouse translator on hand. I want to give my grandchildren a book of fairy tales which we have kept at home for generations. The problem is that the author is very old school, strict, pessimistic and cold. I don't want my grandchildren to be like that. Please paint these fairy tales to make them more cheerful and optimistic. My grandchildren like cheese and hats. Don't we all? Don't we all, my friend? My grandchildren like cheese and hats. How many games have we played on this channel? And for the first time, I got to read out a statement that included both cheese and hats. I like both of those things. Could you include these? And don't draw weapons. And could you make less mess in the Scriptorium? I can't keep up with the tidying up. Oh, do you tidy up? Oh, sorry. I do apologise. Okay, so no weapons. Right, so immediately remove these. Get rid of those. That's all done. Also, get rid of that. If it's supposed to be from... can we get rid of the cat? We can't get rid of the cat. We can't get rid of you. Right, the floor bit can stay. That's fine. So yeah, no weapons on the manuscript. That's done. This little fella can stay. You can stay. You can just sort of go down here. You can just be on here. Look, that's nice. So what else we've got to do? Any drawables? So 6 drawables. 4 from... Which category is that? Oh, it's got to be this category. Has it? We've got to include stuff from here. We can't pick other categories. This is a special thing that's come from the Grandfather Mouse or whatever it was. Grandpa said his children have a favourite treat. What was it? Oh yeah, cheese. Just lots of cheese. Okay. Okay, so you look potentially a bit scary. So how can we do this? I mean, hats. Hats were mentioned. We like hats. So, okay, could we... Actually, hang on. Could we give you, like, a loot type thing? Can we give that to you? And can we hang on, tilt it round a bit like that? Can it drop behind? Yes. Perfect. Okay. So you can play this, because that's good. And then you... How about you have this? Yes. Okay, you can be playing this curious looking kind of flute thingamajig. So bring that back a bit. Yeah, there you go. Like that. That'll do, look. In fact, no, bring it down a bit more so it looks like it's resting sort of across your hands. Yes. Perfect. Like that. You can just sort of shift you over there. That's okay. So you're doing this. You're playing music. You're playing music. You still look a bit angry. But that's... yeah, we can't do much about that, I don't think. And then... okay, right. We need some hats. So we're going to issue out some hats. You can have a fun hat. There you go. Nice, lovely kind of wibbly hat going on. That looks good. And you can have a hat. I think you'd look good with that type of hat. If we flip it... oh, no, maybe not, actually. Yeah, like that. Rotate it round a bit and then shrink it, because obviously it is way too big for your head. Shrink it once more. Perfect. Okay, this is good. We need some more clothing items, apparently. So how about... can we add... yeah, we got a tree. Can we add something else? What on earth is that? I don't know what that is. I mean, it met that requirement, but I don't know what that is. We're going to take that out, actually. I don't know what that is. A pile of money, possibly. I mean, there's a load of food things. So, maybe... could we have a giant chalice type thing? Like, or a goblet, or whatever it is. In fact, you know what? No, if we're going to do it, let's go for a gold one. That's fancy, isn't it? Right, make that... oh, that's as big as it can be. I wanted it to be ginormous. Okay. Oh, they've gone happy. Okay, yes, because we completed that first goal, they've gone all jolly. Oh, okay. There you go. That is quite fun. Oh, hang on. And all these things have opened up. Ahaha. Right. Okay. That is good, because that means we can build something just here. If we take that out, though, it's just back to all these options. Okay, never mind. Let's put you in. So you can go down there. You can go down there. If we get rid of you, that drops that down to 5, which is unfortunate. But we're going to include some chip. Okay, that's a big cheese. That is some big cheese right there. Okay, right. And we need 2 drawables from that category. From this. Okay. I mean, how about... yeah, why is everything massive all of a sudden? Everything is now gigantic. Okay, so put a teeny tiny little crown on our little buddy down here. That's quite fun. And then you can have on... I mean, it's going to be another hat. You need an eye as well. We'll put you here, look. I feel like you need to be on something. Like, oh, hang on. Can we have a tent type arrangement going on? Can we have that? If we make that big, like that, and then put the top bit on, make that bit bigger so it goes across like that. So do that, and then push all that to the back. There we go. So, oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, like that. Yeah, so you're playing in front of that. That's quite fun. I like that. And then you can possibly, if we bring you to the front, you could be sort of hanging on to the thing over there. That's quite fun. You need an eye. I feel like you need an... oh, no, not that one. No. No, that one. If we make it a lot smaller and flip it. Yeah, there we go. Right, you've got an eye, my friend. Yay. And then over here, I would like, if we could, we need another one of these. We need another thing, but think, yeah, where? Here we go. So structure kind of bits. So if we build, what about this? How big can that go? Oh, it can be giganticals. Okay, right. Make it that big. Bring it to the back so it's behind everything else. And then shrink the cheese. We'll rotate the cheese round a bit. Oh, actually, it does look... it looks a bit weird like that. I think it has to be sort of like that for it to make sense. So we'll put some cheese on the table. And then you had more cheese. Like a nice cheese wedge. So we'll have a couple of delicious cheese wedges. That's lovely. And then, can we have somebody behind here sort of serving or whatever? Can we have somebody serving? And then we can put a hat on them. And that'll be them sort of complete. What about here? Can we get one of you lot? How about you? But if we put you at the back, then there you go. So like that. So you can be, if we make you a bit bigger, you can be, hang on, tiny bit smaller because your feet are sticking down. So you can be like serving these creatures. That can be what you're doing. and then we want to put a hat on you, because of course we do. How about we go for... I like the additional... Like this sort of bag thing's quite nice, by the way. I like that there's other stuff going on. There's like a world around the pages. You can have on... like a little... I'm going to say... It's not really... Is it a beret? Is it a beret? I don't quite know, but you can have one of those on. Exactly, pee. The mice children will pee delight peed. Okay, right. We've made a masterpiece. Oh, and there's a rainbow in the background now, which is brilliant. Okay, so we've got, it's all happy. Look, they're playing music together. There's an exciting sort of tent type thing. There's a few creatures around enjoying the music. And over here, got a little kind of serving table with our kind of almost entirely naked bar a hat serving person, but yet their modesty is preserved by this table. And then here they've got a drink in this kind of goblet thing, and then there's a variety of cheeses. Splendid. I mean, what more could you possibly want? This is perfect. Yes, we've completed that. It is finished, and we get lots of hearts and things. Okay, yep. Let's save it. Lovely. And I think, we are done with that. P, exactly, P. The little mice will pee delight Pete. Okay, so we got paid all that stuff. End of the day. And then tonight we're dreaming about a cat near a flower dismantling itself into its component parts and then kind of everything going back together again. Good. Right, okay, hang on. If we click, does it do anything? No. Okay, proceed to the next day. Okay, so now we've got the retired knight who wants us to draw another beast. The king's poet is back. And again, you want us to do another kind of thing for the king. We've got the lovelorn fox over here, but we've got St. John. Do you know what, St. John? We're going to do yours, and then we're going to wrap things up. Together, we will create a masterpiece. Okay, this is going to be full of demons and torment, everybody. Okay. The reward and stuff is sort of by the by, isn't it, at the minute? Child, I am old and nearing the end of my life. I have served God all my life and resisted temptation. I want you to paint the most interesting moments of my life. Maybe one day I will become a saint. Okay, we shall try. It's an honour to co-create and illustrate a biography of a future saint. Where do we begin? A very pertinent question. From the flood. One day heavy rains began to fall. Everything indicated that it was another biblical flood, so I built an ark. Okay, there it is. I gathered the local animals and together we got in the boat. We did not go ashore for 10 years. Okay, amazing. And it rained non-stop for 10 years. No, but we lived comfortably there and the rains came back from time to time. I believe this was a test that I passed. Draw it. A large ark, animals, and water. Okay, right. So, again, I like this look. That's just another bit of his book that we don't need to particularly worry about, but it's just there because it's part of what we're doing. And look, you can see the clasps on the book and everything else, got the table. It does look very good. Okay, so we need several animals from that category, and then draw water. Okay, here. Okay, so here is water. Okay, so we need to make this big. Can we have more water? Yeah, there we go. And we'll go for a bit like that. Send that to the back. If we send that to the boat, no, I send it to the front. One little bit, so it's in front of the boat. And then we'll have another bit like that, which will go behind there. And then another high up bit. Okay, so water goal complete. Okay, so there we go. And that looks quite good, I think. Already it looks improved. We need 2 animals. Draw an ape. It'd be nice to have at least one smart creature. Okay, right. So let's put then, if he wants an ape, let's pop an ape on the top. So the ape is done and it is a drawable from that category. Okay. So we'll do that. The ape can be in the top of your arc. And then you'd also like a donkey. Draw a donkey. What's a boat without a donkey? I don't know. A donkeyless boat? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, right. Already, we've met all of his requirements. I mean, I was expecting to draw satanic things. You said you resisted temptation. I wanted to draw a big monster and such like, but no, apparently that's not what we're allowed to do. We are going to put another animal in. How about that thing? That thing looks angry. but maybe it didn't like being on the boat. We'll go for that, I think. So we'll tilt it round, drop it behind the boat. Okay, so we've got that, got water, got a boat. Is that it? I was expecting to use these things, all this stuff, like, you know, demonic faces and things, but no, apparently not. We don't need to do any of that. Right. Okay. Can we add, like, some more stuff? Can we add, like, what's that? Don't know what that is. Oh, like sort of shrubs and plants and things. Okay, no, not that. Can we just add big bits of land? No. How about we have, maybe in there we have a goblet. Just because, you know, you would have had to have had food and such like on board. And then in there, we'll have a chicken. Because why not? We just throw a chicken into the mix. And we can put, is that an egg? One individual egg just there. Brilliant. And then like a bowl of what looks like sausages. We'll put that in like that. And can we drop that? Oh, yes, look. It goes inside. That's brilliant. Okay. Okay. There we go. Right. So you've got some food at least. You've got chicken, sausages, one egg, and then you've got yourself a little kind of chalice type thing. Awesome. This looks even better than it really was. Does it? Okay, what we need then, before we finish up, is some adornments over here, because this is just not very exciting, is it? So how about the donkey can have a sword, because otherwise it's just not very exciting, is it? So the donkey can have a sword. There you go. Congratulations. What can you have? You can have a golf club, which is, we change the colour. Let's make it Geek Cupboard Corporate Yellow-ish, as much as we can with that one. Move it up. And then you. What can you have? Joe, let's put a hat on you. You can have a nice hat. Although we haven't really got any decent hats left. You can have that. Oh, hang on. You should have 3 hats. Because there's 3 of you. Yes. Perfect. Oh, that's very good. That works quite well. That looks alright. And then you can have, you're in the middle. So maybe you think you're important. So you can have a fancy crown type arrangement going on. Yes. Okay, tilt it round a bit more. Move it down. There we go. Perfect. Okay. We've embellished things a little bit, but hopefully that's okay. Yeah, okay, lovely, yes. Complete, apparently. We are finished. I mean, is that what really happened? Apparently so. This is what a perfect world looks like. Wow, look at this. Ooh, just a little bit cool as our pre-sermons. Okay, do you know what? Let's save it. I don't want to ever lose that piece of art. And then go to here. We got paid all of our stuff, which is brilliant. Nice. And this is the great story of the saint. So I imagine, yes, you're going to keep coming back as well, getting us to do more bits and bobs. You're going to say, okay, and the next thing I did in my life was that I fought an angry badger or something, and we'll have to put an angry badger on. Okay, and then yes, we go back to the client. So I think what we're going to do is we shall wrap things up for now with our little look at the playtest of Scriptorium Master of Manuscripts. But yeah, this has been very good fun. I've enjoyed this because you get the brief from your client, but then, I mean, something like we just saw then, the one from St. John was quite easy, but you can just embellish things a little bit. You can just make things more dramatic and just, change things a bit and add things in that you don't necessarily need, but you've sort of got not entirely free reign because you do need to meet the objectives, but you are given quite a lot of freedom to go about achieving those objectives, which I quite like. I like that. It's been a lot of fun. And you've got different requests. We had to sort of take stuff out of the one for the mouse. They didn't want the weapons and such like. So St. John's one there was relatively easy. The dog one required a bit of effort because there were the 3 dogs on there. So, I like that. It's sort of a bit of variety, kind of mixes it up a bit. And, there's plenty of kind of items and such like you can draw on. I imagine in the sort of, full, more sort of complete versions of the game, there's going to be a lot more items. There'll be more weapons and more clothes and more hats and more food and more buildings and everything else. But yeah, there's quite a good selection already. Quite a lot of different things. And also as well, I do like the fact that you can sort of go on a journey with the characters. So like St. John is back, ready to do the next part of his story. And then, yeah, the king's poet is back ready for the next thing the king would like. And the mouse is back ready for another kind of thing as well to finish off the sort of nursery rhyme book. So I like that. You've sort of got characters that you go back to again and again, and we kind of expand on things with those characters. So yeah, all in all, this has been very, very enjoyable. It's been a lot of fun just sort of pottering about and making nice manuscript things and creating potentially an elephant. But I know our elephant didn't look like an elephant, but that's kind of what they had in these drawings. They made just sort of weird, fantastical beasties. So I think overall we did okay. I think our kind of whatever it was, sort of African giant creature thingamabob, was quite good. I think that was okay. So yes, I think, yeah, we've had a look at the game, and yeah, I don't know how we get to our sort of Scriptorium to look around, so maybe that's not in this version. So I think for now, we'll wrap things up. But yeah, I can see us coming back to this at some point in the future when it's a little bit more sort of finished and a bit more kind of completed and there's more to do. We can go to Scriptorium, spend our money, spend whatever these crown things are. I can see us coming back to this because I think it is quite a lot of fun. But yeah, for now, I think we've kind of, we've seen what the playtest is all about. So I think, yeah, we'll finish things up. Although, having said that, yes, if you want to go and have a play yourself, if you fancy making your own manuscripts, then yes, you can do so. You can request to join the playtest. Links to the Steam store page are in the video description. So yeah, go and click on those, and there is a button in Steam where you just join the playtest, and eventually they'll come back to you and hopefully say yes, and then you can make your own weird kind of elephant creatures and do it your way, which is all a lot of fun. So yeah, there we go. Let's finish things up for now. Hopefully you did enjoy this. If you did, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with all the other bits and bobs and nonsense that we get up to in the Geek Cupboard. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I'll see you next time. Look at Swain's hat. Oh, it's worth it just for the hat. Oh, it's so pointy. Oh my goodness me. Okay, right, we might have to deploy the decency mugs there. Things are going to get a bit weird, everybody. Buckle yourselves in. I am in the throes of ecstasy, aided by a shoe. He's kept his hat on.